Heyo friends, Ronan here. Today I'm going to explain the stylistic choice for my game and the reasons behind them. First, I'll explain the design behind the mechanics and then talk about the visual aspects of the game. And finally, the inspiration behind why you are fighting a refrigerator. The attacks in this game are dictated by 2 buttons and 3 directional inputs. But Ronan, you might ask, I thought there were 4 arrow keys. Why are there only 3 directional inputs? There are numerous reasons for why the up, down, and neutral, not using a directional input, are the only buttons you press. First, I don't like how other scratch-based fighting games, like Super Scratch Bros. Beta, handle the DI system. If you use the DI system for up and forward, you cannot use your side special, forcing you not to be able to jump and frequently cause you to miss input and use an up special when trying to long jump and use your side special. Porter has a good video on the jank of Super Scratch Bros. Beta, which I took tips from, even going so far as to make a jump button and the up arrow solely for directional inputs and attacks. Something else that might seem weird is my block button. The block button is a backwards or backwards and down DI for the crouch block. The reason for this is in a game that should probably avoid scope creep is because mix-ups are pretty cool. When you hold backwards to block, your opponent can go past you, making you turn around, no longer having a backwards direction, and giving them a free attack, unless you see the mix-up coming and change directions to keep blocking. I also am making the combo system cancel-based, allowing you to cancel normals into other normals, jumps, and specials. But why would you want to focus on mechanics when you could look at visuals? Every reason. I'm a game designer. I like mechanics. This game features a simplistic pixel art that signifies a friendly, easy-to-learn environment. Just kidding, I'm a game designer who sucks at art. I chose it this way because it's easy, not time-consuming, and doesn't look half bad. Now, in designing the stage for the game, I made the roof and sign on different levels. I used a trick of the eye to make one side look taller and the stage dynamic. However, the platforms are actually the same height, causing symmetry, which is probably best in a platform fighter stage. Speaking of platform fighters, what genre even is this game? As you can see, I can't walk off the stage, I don't inflict percentage, and I always face the... Honestly, I don't even know what it is anymore. It's been called a marshmallow or a refrigerator. It's just a sandbag from Super Smash Bros., okay? Anyway, this game looks like a platform fighter at first glance, but it's something else if you look deeper. I can't really put it into a category yet, but I've mashed up the footsies of a traditional fighting game with the movement of a platform fighter. And if I had to put it in a category, it would probably be like an anime fighter. I have a cancel-based system, combos, and references. But most anime fighters don't have platforms, so I guess this is an anime platform fighter. I actually think this would be a cool game for a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fighting game. Inspiration, my friend and my enemy. In making this game, I did lots of research on how to get good at fighting games, so I can encourage it with my mechanics. What mechanics certain games had so I could borrow them, and also just talk with people and friends. I have some more interactable inspiration though. Firstly is Super Scratch Bros, like I mentioned earlier. Not only did it show me that fighting games were possible on Scratch, but was also flawed in some ways, allowing me to want to make something better. Guilty Gear is an anime fighting game with absolute bangers and a great online, and my game wouldn't be half as deep without it. Well, it's not deep yet. The defensive options don't do anything so far. Most of the movement is based off of Griff Patch's Platformers tutorial. Check him out if you want to get into Scratch. I wasn't just inspired mechanically, but also thematically. Now I could go over the backstory and just the name of this character for hours, but instead I wanted to highlight some of the characters I planned for this game that were inspired by other franchises. Now the most obvious one is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You might have been surprised to hear that there were other franchises inspired by this game. This game was actually supposed to be a Metroidvania where you play as the Grim Reaper. Yeah, but look at where we are now. A lot of the characters are inspired from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, others from a book called Wings of Fire, and the rest are just for my friends' characters. At the time of writing the script, we don't have music for this game, but part of the soundtrack should be playing right now. So thank you to our composers, who I'll put in the description. But what do you think? What design choices do you dislike? What would you like to add? Put your answers in the comments and tell me if you'd like to see me do another one of these stylistic design videos once the game is further along, or maybe even for each character. Don't forget to like, comment your answers, and subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.